Hey, this is another Worldwide Wrestling Times video here. Had some really bad news yesterday out of WWE, something that I wanted to touch upon. Bray Wyatt, The Fiend, was released yesterday, and I think it's just a really bad move on WWE's part. Obviously, I'm a fan, so I don't know the ins and outs, the behind the scenes of what really happened there. But I thought Bray Wyatt's portrayal of The Fiend was some of the best character work that I had ever seen in WWE, to be honest. And that's just my opinion. I look at a character like The Fiend, and I can understand why he can't be, the quote-unquote face of the WWE like a John Cena or Roman Reigns. You can't have The Fiend going on Jimmy Fallon or, any of those shows, Stephen Colbert, Jimmy Kimmel, or any of the morning shows, Good Morning America, or anything like that. You can't have The Fiend as a character go on those shows. And that's why he can't be the face of the WWE, and I understand that. But first off, I think it would be kind of cool if you made The Fiend the face of the WWE and have Bray Wyatt, the Firefly Funhouse character, go on those shows. I think that could be fun. I know it won't happen. Can't happen. It's a publicly traded company, so you won't have that. But I think that would be kind of interesting. But I look at The Fiend and I think about horror characters. And, you think of classic horror characters like Jason, Michael Myers, Freddy, characters like that. You can go on and on. Even Jaws. I know Jaws is kind of a weird character to put in there, seeing as he's a shark, but it is a horror movie. But just moving forward, horror characters stay over. Jason, Freddy, Michael Myers, all those guys, they stay over for decades. Maybe there are bad movies with them in them, like Jason Goes to Space or Jason in New York, but you mentioned Crystal Lake and you have a movie with just Jason in it, and that movie's going to be over with the fans. Horror characters stay over, and I thought The Fiend had that potential to really be that horror character of the WWE that could get over and stay over for a long period of time. Sadly, it looks like that's not going to happen. I don't know where Bray Wyatt goes from here. I don't know if he goes to AEW right off the bat or Impact, or he goes to some other wrestling promotion somewhere. I don't know what happens there. I'd love to see him get opportunities outside of the wrestling sphere. I could easily see Bray Wyatt being part of a horror show or a horror movie. He seems definitely like he's a fan of that genre. If you look at his previous character work with the cult leader Bray Wyatt, followed by The Fiend, definitely seems like a fan of horror. But I hope something good comes out of this for him, because I love The Fiend. I thought The Fiend and Alexa Bliss was one of the best pairings in WWE for a long time. They definitely had that Joker Harley Quinn vibe about them, but I'll be honest, I think The Fiend and Alexa Bliss was more horrifying in some ways than even the Joker and Harley Quinn. There was definitely an amazing vibe with those two. And I've seen some reports saying that they fired The Fiend but kept the gimmick to put on Alexa Bliss because it would be cheaper or whatever. I've read silly things like that. I don't know how much of that is true or what's going on there. But I just thought that Bray Wyatt, The Fiend, is an amazing performer, and I hope he winds up somewhere much better off for his future and his life. But that's all for this one. Please like, subscribe, hit the bell, all that stuff. Thank you, and hopefully you tune in for the next one. Have a nice day.